Hi, how are you? I'm Anthony from Cypher House, and today I'm back with some more of Island's Puzzle Hunt. I've been enjoying renovating my house room by room, solving a puzzle in every room, and I'm excited to keep going. At this point in the hunt, we've solved 7 puzzles. The gaining entry one, it was a bit on the easier side and maybe doesn't count, but we still have 7 puzzles yet to solve, so we're right around the halfway point. I think the next puzzle that I'm going to attempt is the dining room. Dinner's ready, but everyone's already had something. Okay. So, I'm guessing this is, the kind of puzzle that's actually a few mini puzzles. It kind of seems that way. It seems like each of these images might be a mini puzzle, and then somehow I'm supposed to combine those 4 mini puzzles onto this table in order to get a final answer. I'm gonna just start with this one here. The first thing that I notice is that each of these items has a different number of butter pats, kind of melting onto the delicious, yummy food. But I also noticed that on the plate, there's a different number of dots in each case. So my first guess is that the dots represent how long the word is. So does like pancake fit here? Pancakes, pancakes. This one's toast, I believe. And then I think the pats of butter is an index, but if that's the case, I find it weird that lobster doesn't have any butter. Also, lobster doesn't fit there. Is this not lobster? Is this shrimp? Okay, so I'm going to try to keep track of what each food is and how much butter is on each one. So the first one is definitely pancakes, and there are 4 butter on there. The next one I believe is toast, and there is 1 butter on there. So what is this nondescript bowl of yellow? Something that is it mashed potatoes? Then yeah, I think this is shrimp. Then we have just corn and 2 butter. We have a muffin and 2 butter there. Yeah, popcorn and 7 butter. And then, are these beets? No, radish? Is the plural of radish radish? No, the plural of radish is radishes. So I find it weird that, like, pancakes was plural, but radish isn't plural. Okay, so if I use the butters now to index into the foods, we have CTM. That's not good. Nothing. O, U, N, and D. Maybe this feeds somehow into another puzzle somewhere. I'm gonna take a look at one of the other ones and maybe I'll get inspiration on this one. So next up we have this. It's a bunch of scales. Okay, so I'm guessing, yeah, apple we're told is 2. So this is gonna be like a math equation where we have to assign a number to each of the fruits. There's 9 fruits, so maybe each one is a number 1 to 9? I don't know what some of these fruits are. I think I know a lot of them. Like, it's apple. Is that an orange or a peach? That's probably a peach. I'm guessing that's an orange. Cherries, of course, that's a pomegranate. Lime, probably. Strawberry, definitely. Avocado, and it's not like a peanut, is it? Well, I guess I'm going to just start working out the math equations. Okay, so we're told that an apple is 2. So can we use that to get anything else immediately? Yeah, I think if we combined like this scale in the top center and this scale at the bottom, they're both equal to orange on the right, so we can pretend that middleman's not there and say that the left 2 sides of these scales are the same. So we can remove the peach from both sides and they'll still be balanced. We can remove 1 apple from both sides and it'll still be balanced. So we'd have 2 cherries is 1 apple. So we know that apple is 2, so the cherries are going to be 1. These are like cherries without the cherries? Like, these are just cherry stems? This is also the only scale that's off balance. I wonder if this is trying to say that this scale would be balanced if all these cherries were here? That would mean that our peanut, or whatever this is 8, if that's true. Yeah, everything would kind of be solved then, because then we can get the pomegranate, we could get the avocado, and then the strawberry. Should I just run through that with that assumption? Let's give it a go. So the peanut would be 8 if all those cherries were there, if that made the scale even. Then we have 8 for the peanut and 1 for the cherry is equaling the pomegranate, so that's 9. Then 9 for the pomegranate minus the 3 cherries is 6, so the avocado is 6. 2 avocados is 12, minus the 8 for the peanut is 4, so the strawberry is 4. So we just have peach, orange, and lime left to figure out. Well, we know that peach and lime is equal to 8. What numbers are we missing? 3, 5, and 7. So peach and lime are probably 3 and 5 in some order, which most likely means that our orange is 7. And since the orange is here minus 2 apples, that makes the peach 3. And our lime is then 5. So I think our numbers are correct. The only question is, you know, what are we supposed to do with this? And my guess is to index each of the fruits. So we'd have PAC. This might not be orange because we can't index 7. There are a lot of, you know, orange-colored citrus fruits. This could be like a tangerine or something else, so I'm going to leave it be for now. The pomegranate gives us an A. This can't be a lime either, because we'd have lime as 5. Interesting. Well, I guess we should only be indexing the ones that we're relatively sure of anyway. Peanut, I am not sure of, and in fact, 8 doesn't index it, so these ones are probably wrong. So if I threw this letter pattern into Nutramatic, the first thing that I'm seeing is like Pac-Man, but then what's after that? Interesting. So the problem with this one seems to be mainly like picture identification. I think again we're gonna move on. So we're doing something with mixed drinks. There's like what's it called? A shaker. So I wonder if this is an actual logo. My guess is we're supposed to identify the final drink based off of the things that go into the drink. I don't know why some of these are missing measurements though. I'm trying to see if I can match this exact same logo to something. Like I feel like I'm supposed to use a specific source. I think my best break-in here, if we do need a specific source, is going to be to identify 1 or 2 of these cocktails and then try to search for exactly the recipe that's shown here, like down to the measurement, and hope that whatever the source is that is being used here comes up, and I'm able to then use that to get the rest of them that I can't as easily identify. So what do I recognize here? This is mint for sure. What's a cocktail with mint? Heavy cream? Probably a mint, what's it called? Not a simple syrup. Schnapps. Probably a mint schnapps. And this might be like a Kahlua or some sort of cream liqueur. Could it be a creme de menthe? Like, this is basically what we want. Grasshopper. Is it a grasshopper? I'm just gonna look at the Wikipedia recipe for now. IBA specified. What's IBA? International Bartenders Association. Could this be it? I see like an earth and an alcohol glass. Yeah, that's it. International Bartenders Association. Okay, so this is definitely the source that we're supposed to be using. What's in our grasshopper? 20 milliliters of creme de cacao. Like, this looks a little high to be 20, but maybe we're making like a double. So we also have then 40 milliliters of creme de menthe, and then we have another double of fresh cream. Perfect. And it's in a cocktail glass with a mint leaf on top. Strain into chilled cocktail glass. Garnish optional mint leaf. Okay, so the first one on the page needs to have some sort of cherry on the top of it. Maybe this? Could it be a Manhattan? So if this is our rye whiskey, instead of 50 milliliters, we're doing 300, so we're multiplying it by 6. So instead of 20 milliliters of sweet red vermouth, we would need 120. And yeah, that looks like what we have there. Perfect, perfect. And then this is our dash of bitters over here. Okay, what's next? We've got vodka, maybe? We got a Coke and a lime. It could be this, actually. Yeah, serving a highball glass with ice. This could actually be it. So this one is a Cuba Libre, and we've doubled it. All right, now, what's this? We have like, what is that on top? Could it be a gin fizz? That doesn't seem right. Actually, no, I think it is the gin fizz. Okay. Note, serve without ice. Well, why is it pictured with ice? All right, what's this next one? I should recognize that bottle. What is that? It's a very iconic bottle that I can't place. But we're serving it in one of these taller glasses, so that'll help us narrow it down a little. Gin, lemon juice, simple, champagne. Okay. Something interesting that I wanted to point out that I kind of noticed when I was starting to go through the puzzle, but I was too fixated on identifying the drinks to really express it out loud or even think about it that hard. All of these notations show the amount of liquid that's in each step. We can see a solid line running across from the various measurements. That's how we know how many of each drink we're making. However, our Manhattan, the very first recipe, is missing those lines indicating how much whiskey was in this recipe. But I think it's very intentional that that is missing because we were also missing 3 cherries from this puzzle, and we were missing some pats of butter in this puzzle. So I think when the flavor text said everyone's already had something, I think it means that something is missing from each puzzle. Something's been eaten. So I'm gonna note that over here. This one, I'm immediately inclined to think Bloody Mary, because that's like the main thing that I know that has tomato juice in it. Okay, so we only have 1 left to go now, and what do we have here? Another lemon peel, I think. None of these feel like the right glass. Ah, could it be Vesper? Gin, vodka. Okay, I think it might be Vesper. So, I think we've identified everything correctly here. My, again, gut instinct is to index into each of these, so let's give that a go. The 6th letter of Manhattan is a T. The 2nd letter of Grasshopper is an R. 2nd letter of Cuba Libre is a U. The 4th letter of Gin Fizz is an F. The 1st letter of French is an F. 2nd of Bloody Mary, and the 2nd of Vesper. So that gives truffle. So if I were putting this somewhere around the table, I would guess this goes here. Ah, or maybe because the whiskey was missing from the first one, maybe we remove the T and we just fill in ruffle here. So that makes me think this one is actually compound. Why did I say there was 1 pat of butter on the toast? That was so dumb. So there were probably 6 pats of butter on the shrimp, and we were probably getting compound, but this butter is the one that's missing. And what is this gonna be? This probably means I've identified one of these fruits incorrectly. The fact that I'm not getting an actual word. Maybe we don't have to index into the fruits. Yeah, maybe instead we just need to identify the number for each scale. Is that possible? The first scale is just our pomegranates, that's just 9. The next scale is what I called an orange, so that's 7. Then we have an orange plus an avocado is 13. Second to last scale is 3 of our oranges. That gives us 28, so I don't think this is right. Okay, so forget the scale numbers thing. I think that we are supposed to be indexing into the fruits. I just don't know what half of the fruits are. Okay, I'm gonna put this puzzle down again for a little bit. Too much guess and check when it comes to these image identifications on this one. Or maybe I just haven't figured out the right extraction. But either way, we still have one whole puzzle that we haven't looked at yet, and it looks the most interesting. What do we have here? We have chocolate banana, grid. Okay, so these are... They look like chocolate-covered bananas, except for this. Double choco? Is this like double choco? the logic puzzle? But then why is there a banana? Ah, there's a Nikolai puzzle called Choco Banana. That's perfect. Paint some of the cells black under the following rules. Black cells linked vertically and horizontally must always form a rectangle or a square. White cells linked vertically and horizontally must not form a rectangle or square. A number indicates the number of cells of the area containing this cell. So you can have multiple numbers in a region. The numbers could be shaded or unshaded. I don't know what this is. All right, so how are we gonna solve this? This one can only be shaded. We're gonna do what? Orange is our shaded, and maybe yellows are our unshaded cells. So anything that we color orange is a rectangle. Anything that we color yellow is not a rectangle. Twos also have to be rectangles, right? There's no other option, and since there's two of them together, we know that it's going to do that. If this 2 went to the left, I think that would be a problem, because this yellow can't be a rectangle, so it would have to go up, and then these would also be yellow, but then this whole yellow section would be at least of size 5, and we have a 4 there. So I think this 2 has to go up like that, and all of that is yellow around it. Now this 4 can't be too big, so we gotta make that orange as well, meaning this 4 section has to do this. In order to keep the oranges a rectangle, we gotta then do that. Okay, so if this 3 was yellow, then it would be part of this area, and it would have to go here to finish a size 3 area of yellow. That would mean this 5 has to be orange, but then there's no way to make a rectangle out of it. So I think the 3 has to be orange, making that rectangle, and filling that in yellow like this. Now the 5 we don't want to be too big, so we have to do it like that. Okay, this yellow can't make a rectangle, so it's got to extend at least to there, and if it went to the 3, then it would be a size 3 rectangle in yellow, which is bad. So the 3's got to be orange, that has to go to there. Because these oranges are a rectangle, that has to then be yellow, and that has to be yellow. Is it bad if the 8 is orange? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then all of these would have to be yellow, but that would be bad for the 6. So I think the 8 is yellow. That means that our 3 rectangle up here goes to the right. Well, now this 8 is too big. So I messed something up somewhere. Oh yeah, I just messed up that this is the number 9. Gosh darn it. I hope I didn't do that too many more times, or at all, ideally. So that means that everything else around this 9 has to be orange, which tells us how our 6 rectangle is being made there. This can't go down anymore, so we gotta do that. Can this 7 can't be a rectangle, right? There's just no way. So that has to be yellow. That means that this 9 has to be orange, and I think the only way to do that is like this. This 6 is finished, so this is all orange. 3s, they both have to be orange, because if they were yellow, this yellow area would be too big. And they can't extend across, because this yellow can't be a rectangle. So both of these 3s have to be downwards rectangles like that, and we have to block in all of that with yellow. This yellow has to extend out so it's not a square. Yeah, so this 9 has to be orange. I don't think we can do a 1 by 9. It has to extend over at least 1, so that 9's also orange. And then... yeah, we can't just go straight across, but we gotta do at least 3. It's gotta be a 3 by 3 somewhere in here. I just don't know yet if it goes up or down. But there's yellow over here regardless. If it went down, then that would be bad for the 3, so this has to stay up like that. If the 11 went here, these two, this yellow as well, would be the end of the 11 section, and that means that all of this would have to be orange, but then this section, like, there's no way that's a rectangle. So this is orange. That means this yellow now has to come out. I feel like this is where knowing the question mark is important. If this cell here was orange, then this cell would have to be yellow, and this cell would have to be yellow to finish up the 11. That means both of these have to be orange, but that's a problem for the question mark. Unless the question mark is supposed to be like a dead cell that doesn't exist there or something, I'm pretty sure this has to be yellow. So now there's only one yellow space left. It's got to go there. I mean, I feel like the most obvious solution is to just say that these 12s are orange. I think I need to extend this down just to make sure that there's a problem doing this, because I can see the other solution assuming it doesn't go down. So this means this is yellow. This is gonna have to be yellow. These 12s can't be orange anymore, so they both have to be yellow. This all has to be yellow. So that gives 10 for this yellow section, and with this one that has to be part of it, that's 11. So one of these two is yellow, and the rest of this is then going to have to be orange. So this is all yellow. This 3 goes over here. So unless I've missed something here, I think there are 2 valid solutions, with the only difference being what the question mark represents. It's either a 3 or a 6. Oh, wait a minute. No, this area doesn't add up to 12. Okay, never mind. I'm dumb. I don't know why I thought that solution worked. It just doesn't. So, okay, this I think is the only solution. So what's been eaten this time was, I think, 3 chocolate bananas at the question mark. So now we got to think about how the grid is divided up into 4 different regions, like this blue, purple, yellow, and black. I'm guessing that somehow that's going to give us our extraction. So those are our 3 regions. I wonder if I'm counting the number of shaded cells in each. So if I were converting each of these into a letter, so that would give S, O, U, and R, which spells sour. So that's probably the answer to this subpart. I just realized, I wonder if the answer checker checks our subpart answers. I'm gonna try, the one that I'm most confident with is truffle. I have exclamation point next to it. I think that's good. I think that means good. Let me try compound. I get exclamation points there too. I need to try something that's just definitely wrong. Banana. Okay, no, banana is just incorrect. So these exclamation points are good. That means that that's a subpart answer. Let me try sour. I get exclamation points again. Okay, so we definitely have 3 of our subpart answers. We just don't have the 4th one. We have length 4, 8, and 7. So that could go here, here, and here. That would mean that our fruit answer is only 6 letters long. How is that possible? What are we doing to our fruit? But with the 3 answers that we have, if we placed them around this table, the underline is probably saying that's the bottom of the word, so it's telling us, you know, how to orient our answers. That means that we're highlighting in green the S of sour. Then after that is our 8-letter answer, where we're highlighting the first letter, so compound, we're highlighting the C. Then we have our 7-letter answer where we're highlighting the U. So skew. I don't understand what we're doing with the things we've eaten. See, I think it's interesting that we've eaten whiskey here, and one of our answers is sour. So there's like whiskey sour. Is there such a thing as like a butter truffle? Truffle butter is a thing. Brown fruit, 3 segments. Trying to find anything. Now's a good time to give my usual speech about how picture identification puzzles are some of my least favorite puzzles to work on. Because of exactly this. Because if you don't immediately recognize the picture, there's very little that you can do to solve the puzzle. There needs to be more redundancy in picture identification puzzles. Maybe there's redundancy somewhere in this puzzle that I'm not seeing? But as is, just trying to identify brown fruit with 3 segments is a bit obscure. Like, what in the world is that supposed to be? Blue, a little yellow, some red. Like, you know what I'm saying, though, right? Like, if this was just supposed to be the space where 3 of our choco bananas were eaten, what would that leave behind? What would this shape be? Oh, wait, is it an unwrapped? Ah, it's the unwrapped chocolate bar. So our people have eaten 3 choco bananas, 6 pats of butter, 3 cherries, and 300 milliliters of rye whiskey. What am I meant to do with that? Okay, so I'm seeing that compound chocolate's a thing. Okay, so compound chocolate is a thing. Whiskey sour is a thing. I mean, I'm sure there's just a thing called cherry butter. Oh no, sorry, butter would have to go with whatever our missing answer is. And then cherry has to go with truffle? So yeah, this is like a dessert. There's cherry truffles. I don't know... I don't know if that's right or not. That doesn't really feel super, like, precise. Yeah, I think it's time I went to a hint for this one. I kind of wish I didn't have to get one, but I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out where to go next. So I'm going to see what's on this hint tab up here. So sub-puzzle hints, I guess let's start there. Use blue circles as enumerations. Yeah, that's for the butter one. Look up the food items at the bottom in an E. coli context. Okay, sorry, that's for the Choco Banana. Look up the logo of the association on top. So literally there is no hint for the fruit puzzle because it's kind of obvious you're just supposed to solve the math equations, I suppose. I think we are stuck on the extraction for the fruit puzzle. So I'm gonna get that hint next. Index into food using butter pieces, check, that's for the butter one. Count shaded chocolate cells, check, that's for that one down there. Using the 6-3 phrase, clue phrase, using the 6-3 clue phrase, go scale by scale. And I think what that's trying to tell us is that when we index, I think this indexing is correct. I don't think we're finished yet. I think what it's saying is there's going to be a 6-letter word up here, and then there's going to be a 3-letter word down here, and that's not the final answer. That's a clue phrase that we then have to go scale by scale to obtain the final answer. So Pac-Man ad? Pac-Man has fruits. I had Pac-Man from so early on. So if I threw this letter pattern into Nutramatic, the first thing that I'm seeing is like Pac-Man, and I didn't know what the rest of this was. I think it's gonna be Pac-Man ad. Whatever this orange fruit is has an M as the 7th letter. Yeah, I think it's a persimmon. How was I ever going to get persimmon? I guess if I had deduced that this was Pac-Man, I'm guessing these are all going to be Pac-Man fruits. Yeah, I don't even see persimmon anywhere on here. Alright, so if it's not lime, I need a green fruit where the 5th letter is an N. I guess it could be, it's probably this melon. Yeah, I still don't have any idea what the weird peanut fruit is, but hopefully I don't need to. Hopefully all I need is to add the cherries, strawberries, oranges, apples, and melons, because those are the seemingly canonical Pac-Man fruits. So going scale by scale here, the first one has cherries, which are 100, and that's it. Okay, so for this one, we have apple is 700, orange is 500, so that's 1,400. I think we have 1,900 for this next one. So I'm guessing for each of these, we just remove the 00 and we convert to letters of the alphabet. So it's going to be answer something. That's how we end up with a 6-letter answer at the end of this. Here we have just 1 strawberry, so 3. 8 cherries, it looks like. So yeah, that gives us scotch. Yeah, scotch is another sub-puzzle answer. Should give us, what letter in the 6? Letter T. So could cuts be our answer? No, cuts is not correct. So what is our missing thing in each case? Butterscotch. So this might be right. This set of related words that we have down here. So I would guess the things that go on the plates then are meant to be the things that are missing? Yes, there is a thing of Scotch whiskey. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna remake this table here real quick. Okay, so this is a rough version of what our table looks like. On the left, we have compound. Over here, we have truffle. Now, I'm guessing we're supposed to put the missing items onto the plates. So we have whiskey sour and Scotch whiskey are both items. That's how we place whiskey here. We were missing 300 milligrams of whiskey, so I'm wondering if that means we're supposed to take the 3rd letter of whiskey. That might be right. Truffle butter and butterscotch are both things, and we were missing 6 pats of butter, so I'm going to highlight the letter R there. Chocolate, truffle, and compound chocolate. I think those both go there, and chocolate we were missing 3. So I'm going to highlight the letter O here. And that just leaves our cherries. Sour cherry. Yeah, sour cherry's a thing, and is cherry compound a thing? Maybe. So if we go around the table now, do these letters spell something for us? Courtesy? Is that how you spell courtesy? Ah, were we actually missing 6 cherries here because we took 2 from each stem? That would give us a Y at the end of this word. And then we're only 1 letter off from courtesy if whiskey... How much whiskey were we missing? Ah, yeah, we were missing 300 milliliters, but that was 6 portions of the whiskey. So that would actually give us an E, so this would spell courtesy. Courtesy is correct, yes, thank goodness. That one was definitely tricky. I really needed the hint for the extraction for the fruit puzzle. I still don't even know what the last fruit is. Are the answers even up for this? How do I even find... Oh, view the solution? Okay, I'm curious what the last fruit was. The last fruit was a tamarind. What the heck is a tamarind? Okay, that one, if I had seen a picture of this, I probably would have said, yeah, that's a tamarind. But the problem is, I was Googling brown segmented fruits for the longest time, and I could not find this. I also never would have guessed melon. I know that the picture that was chosen just so that it matched with the Pac-Man image, but I was never anywhere close. In their defense, though, I did guess Pac-Man pretty quickly. I just didn't know that this was going to be a 2-word phrase. Maybe that's what would have helped, knowing, like, you know, separating the first 6 and the last 3 a little so that I knew it was 2 separate words from the beginning, because a lot of my time searching was looking for just one 9-letter answer, because I didn't know we were, you know, then doing this extraction as well. But I really do like the other 3 sub-puzzles, as well as the final extraction here. Putting the table together and getting courtesy is really satisfying, and I like that there was, you know, an item missing from each thing as a fun aha moment. So that was really a really cool feature. All right, so another room of our house is solved. We have a few more left to go. If you're interested in this series and you want to see more, let me know down in the comments section or leave a like on the video. That helps me out a lot. Just to let me know what people are interested in. Thank you guys so much for watching. Until next time, have a great day, and as always, happy escaping. Bye!